All right, this is my business overview project over GXO Logistics, specifically the Rebound site located in Lebanon, Indiana. My name is Jackson Chrisman, and I will be giving you a rundown of GXO and what they do as a logistics company on the supply and chain, also on the supply and chain platform. So the company overview of GXO Logistics is labeled as a pure play contract logistics company. They are nationally traded and owned by stakeholders, and they run an institutionalized way of governing. There's no single CEO. It's a big corporate body with a lot of stakehold like I said, a lot of stakeholders involved, private investors and investing entities and groups. This is one of the biggest sites in the country as it is a major hub for Nike's inbound, outbound, and repurposing and recycling efforts. And they were founded in 2021 as a branch of XPO Logistics, which is a little bit bigger corporation. It's a little uh, sister company, if you will. XPO is the parent company. Employees have vast backgrounds and they're very diverse. I personally worked there. I should have started out with saying that I personally worked there as an intern, data analytics intern right there, right now. And I both have operations in the warehouse itself, as long as the main office. They have over 1,000 sites in total globally across the world and over 100,000 employees worldwide, specifically at Rebound itself in Lebanon, Indiana, 2,700. And that varies from season to season, but right now it's probably about more closer to 2,800 as we have the summer season. It's a little bit more busy as it's the start of the quarter. Nike's quarter actually starts in May in comparison to a end of the quarter being in December or January for specific reasons. You probably could find that out on your own if you really wanted to. Strategic overview for the company. Their mission in regards to their mission and vision statement and core values, the company purpose is to make supply chains faster, leaner, and smarter. In addition to the mission statement, to be the world's most trusted and innovative partner for outsourcing logistics, setting the standard for efficiency, safety, and sustainability. And their code of ethics, all employees and supply chain partners to be fair, respectful, lawful, and honest. And their organizational structure overall as a geographic and functional matrix structure, as they have different entities working in a variety of locations around the world. And GXO is a third-party logistics company, being one of the biggest in the world, ranking among the top 10. They have others like FedEx, DHL, those being the big dogs, if you will. GXO does very well for itself, being a nationally traded company and S&P 500 rated company. But in comparison, third-party logistics is going to be by definition a little bit smaller. Personal employee experience as well as employee experience in general. I say personal because Ken and I work there. And in addition to, we'll find out later, a person I'm very close to also works there where I gotten some of this information from. Employee experience and culture, talent recruitment process, very hands-on training that lasts multiple days. My training specifically lasted a week or 2 weeks actually, because I had warehouse training in addition to office training that I had to go through. And it was very hands-on from the standpoint of recognizing diversity, letting us know about safety, expectations in the warehouse, expectations in the office, how our hours would be tracked, what benefits we would get. We had a system where I cannot remember the exact verbiage off the top of my head, but we have it in a structure where people can select the specific items in their plans that they would like. They also have a 401k match, a part of their benefit program. Um, they have also to keep employees engaged, a variety of bulletins scattered around the warehouse, saying things like back to school drives. I personally made the flyers for that. They also have different cooking events. Pride Month was just this past month. They had stuff for that. Everything along those lines. They have on-site counselors, trainers, and doctors that are Not exactly 24 hours because this is a 24-hour running building 363 days a year. I think they only have Juneteenth off and maybe one other day. I know they work every holiday and Christmas, Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving, you name it, they're in there 24 hours. So they have four different shifts that run throughout the week, so that covers 24 hours, 7 days a week, essentially 363, 2 days a year, something along those lines. The approach to the diversity inclusion is very hands-on and inclusive because there's so many different nationalities that work there and so many different languages that are spoken. Specifically with DEIB, they translate here at my specific site, Rebound, 15 languages. They hire various backgrounds. They have people that have, some criminal history. They give them kind of a second opportunity to really build with a decent pay structure, as well as giving them some benefits as well. They have college students with college programs. They have internships, like I'm saying. They have office. They have HR. They have just a variety, heavy machinery, pits, maintenance, janitorial staff, just a variety of positions that they hire, security as well. They they have translations for equipment and safety responsibilities all over the floor that is translated in multiple languages such as Creole, they have Creole, Spanish, English. Um, those are the ones I can name off the top of my head. There's definitely more though. Everyone goes through the same sensitivity training in the warehouse, regardless in the office, high managers, everybody in GXO does the same training. And it is actually spearheaded partially by my mother. So who is the head of diversity, head manager of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I say that because that's how I refer to it, and that's how I grew up learning it. She heads it, so that is great insight and to get some of this information, and her giving me kind of the introduction into GXO and how they function as an organization overall. HR problem solving. So my mom, again, she works in a sector of HR. The person she reports to is directly to corp as the corporate HR for all of GXO. So whenever she has to put out a report, anything along those lines, she has to run it past her. And they also have a separate department of HR in the building that is separate from both her office where I work and some of the other office functions like recruitment and things of that nature. But they are respondent to pay not being done correctly, injuries, so paid leave because you got injured, things of that nature, PTO in general, workplace harassment, uh, timely flow and information flow. I said timely information flows because they're the people that are supposed to get you the information, but sometimes that information can take a lot longer than it probably necessarily should. And we'll get into a little bit of that. And then the access issues as well. These I just wanted to include some issues that HR has, but also some of the things that they do well, being handling injuries in the workplace. Like we just, for example, had OSHA come in at the beginning of June and for an incident that happened in the workplace that somebody got hurt pretty bad and they handled that and everyone was it was kind of a solemn day in the warehouse because of the situation. Nobody uh lost their life or anything. It was just an injury. But I definitely could tell that they were on edge and they've been on edge for a little bit since I've been there and it's starting to calm down for them. My personal experience, and that's why I added some of those negatives at the end. Um, in my internship, it's been good. It's been a great place to work in general. I've met a lot of different people, a lot of different backgrounds. I work with a somewhat diverse group in the office, but also a very diverse group in the warehouse. When I'm out there, I split my time. And I've been able to gain some definitely interpersonal skills and different social skills and just being able to communicate in a professional setting, but also be able to communicate with people that are in the warehouse that see things differently, have very different situations, and can be very dependent on certain aspects of their job. But overall, in the office space, it's been kind of difficult due to having access issues. They have a corporate is extremely poor with getting back uh to the the sites. It just takes a while because they have so many VPs, they have so many executives that they've hired in between their hierarchy that it has to go through five, six, seven, eight hands just for clearance to be okayed. And the way I did my internship, I kind of circumvented corporate and made this internship myself, and I lobbied for it. So the position was kind of made. It helped having a mother, obviously, in the organization already, but I had to spearhead it and really ask for it and really put myself in a position to have the opportunity because they did not have any opportunities at all because they were doing the internships through corporate and took it away. So took it away meaning they fired the person that was in charge. So they had to circumvent corporate and do it through the regional site being Lebanon, and they just didn't have the resources. They just didn't have it, and they didn't have the access and clearance. So now it's kind of a waiting game of still trying to get that clearance. I've been able to do some coding, Power BI, things of that nature, but all in all, because I can't make live reports, how the rest of my analytic department counterparts are and have been doing, I mean, for the job for years, I still feel like I'm falling a little bit behind, but I do every day I go in there and I learn and I sit with those individuals and just look over their shoulder and kind of be a gnat and just asking questions and just being a little obnoxious. Sometimes you got to do that to really learn and get what you want out of the experience if the experience isn't to the standard that you want it to be. For this project, I just wanted to kind of reflect and think about how my internship has gone so far. I still have I'm basically at the halfway point. I still have another to the end of August, and they have already asked me to think about and consider a graduate program with them and pursue a full-time position with them. And obviously, I'm going to consider that. So that'd be a great foot in the door for not only uh, kind of a cool career that I could set myself up for with maybe getting into the Nike space, so GB and GXO for a little bit and get into the Nike sector of it because I have some connections now through working there. And then get into a more get into a more sports related background because I've played football and basketball my whole life, and sports has been a big thing for me. And I think that would make work more interesting and make me want to go into work because I know that I am providing a product or service for young athletes or coaches that they want that is good quality. And I know it's good quality because I played in it for years. And now I can give that back and promote even better technology and products for those athletes to wear and even improve on top of what they are now. These are my sources. I appreciate the opportunity to kind of give this review, tell you guys a little bit about GXO, what I do there, what my mom does there, their operations and functions. Um, I do want to note, I want to go back, and this is not time related or anything like that, but I talked about the recycling and repurposing. I didn't hit enough about it, but it's kind of it's not hush hush, but GXO is one of the only locations in the world that Nike does all of their repurposing for their shoes and things of that nature. So they grind all of their materials, balls that were messed up, products that were faulty, things of that nature. They grind it all up, put in these massive bean bags, and they will sell them or repurpose them into gym flooring. So all that mats on the floor for the weights to drop on, that if you lift it up, some of them probably have are Nike and they have the branding on them, as well as shoes. You'll see the Nike logo. If I should have pulled it up, but a Nike logo for the repurposing of shoes. I'm sure it's been a program through that Nike has ran for years now. But that's just some of the thing, another function of what they do, and it makes GXO just so unique in what they can offer and bring to the table. Thank you again. My name is Jackson Chrisman. I really appreciate this opportunity. Sorry that that last bit kind of got a little scattered, but I wanted to make sure that I touched on that as well, even though it's not well known. Some people in the warehouse and stuff don't even know that we do that, but it's really cool. I appreciate the opportunity once more, and thank you.